Hello, hello, hello. I am live. Make sure we're live the way we want to be. Microphones. Beautiful. All right, I'm ready to rock and roll. Oh, yeah. How is it going, everyone? So we got P Dubs in the chat. I think she's going to join me live. Nola Southpaw, Keith. Wolfgang, he should also be joining me live here shortly. And Odin, outstanding. We are getting back to basics today. Hey, Wolfgang, how the heck's it going? Uh-oh. I'm not hearing Wolfgang.
Hello, hello. Can you
Oh,
hear
hey
me?
there. There we go. Now I can hear you.
Ah, good, good, good. Let's see. Just check. Oh, there we
Beautiful.
go. We are already live, right?
Yes.
Okay, that should be working now.
Beautiful.
Good. So, how are you doing today, Ray?
Not too bad.
Not too bad. That's nice to hear.
Yes. I got some locks set out. We are getting back to basics today.
Okay. Oh, 410.
Yes. That's what we got. We got some 410s laid out, and I've been staying. Oh, actually, I haven't picked them for probably, oh God, months because I couldn't find the keys. And I had them all linked together, and I'm like, oh crap, I don't feel like picking them just to get them apart. So they just sat in my ammo can, and I ended up finding the keys. So I was like, huh, maybe that's a sign that I need to get back to basics and freaking pick them.
Nice. Yeah, actually, I also need to order the green one of one of those because I have this one, but this is a different 400, a different master lock. I think that this one has a
Okay.
different core.
Yeah, I think P Dubs has a really nice green one. It's like a fluorescent green. I think she got it from Bare Bones, if I'm not mistaken. It has like the
Yeah,
Bare
the
Bones logo on it.
yeah that's the this one, the bare bones
Ah,
one.
nice.
Yeah, look at this. So the shackle on this green one is a little bit smaller. Like
It is smaller.
I'm not sure what this is actually. I picked it once, but it's a strange lock.
Yeah, that's cool. See, my personal favorite are these. These are the 406.
Oh,
They they pick the same as a 410, except they weigh much much less because they have that nylon shackle instead of the steel shackle.
I got these all in LPU colors. Let's see. So I picked the red one. Not an easy pick though. Then I picked the yellow one, and none of these. Except for this one. Oh yeah, and then the black.
Ooh, they have black forts. Oh yeah, they do. Never mind, I'm an idiot. I have black fort 400 series lotto. I'm like, wow, they have black ones. Yeah, I guess they do because I have three of
Of course they have, yeah.
them.
But man, what is this? Because this one has a very different look to it. Anyways, I'll definitely order a brand new green one, or once I put in my all padlocks order. Also wanted to order those PL 410s that you have. The what are
Oh
those called?
yeah.
The Pacific Lock
Yep,
410.
the PL 410 Pro is a nice lock, really nice lock. Did you by chance get the Jimmy Longs lined up this week?
Um, well, how should I put this? Um, Loose Shirt did for me on my
Good.
behalf.
Yep, that's what I was hoping. I was hoping that he got in line and was able to get in there in the couple hours that we had opened up. I also got in on that nice little group. I was pretty pleased.
Nice.
Yeah, because I've been trying to get that intermediate set for, oh God, since it came out. I've been trying to get it, and I've never been able. I've had it in my buggy, um, as he sold out,
And
where
did you
you know
get it this
you're
time?
trying. Yep, you're trying to pay for it, and like it's gone. But yeah, I got it this time. I bought set, and I bought the gems too. I bought.
Oh, the gym hooks. Yeah, yeah. I also got one of those. I got more of the starter set because if I meet somebody who might want to pick locks, so I have like 3 colleagues at my at the at work. So the game night went pretty well, and I got a lot of interest into lock picking. So a couple of people might be joining me.
Oh,
Uh,
that's nice.
so that's
Yeah,
pretty good.
I figured I already had some of the starter set, and I had some of the basic sets, so I didn't buy any of those. But I bought a set. I bought a set and a backup of both, just because you never know. You know, you can give them away for a giveaway, or you can, you know, if one gets bent, lost, somebody comes up to you and you know they want to start picking or whatever, you have something to give away. So you can never get too
So
many Jimmy Longs. They're freaking fantastic.
yeah, they are hard to get. But I heard this week he might be launching the 50 thou ones this
Yep,
Friday.
and he has some more of the sets that he had too. So supposedly it's going to be this Friday. So if he has more 15 thou picks, I don't. I'm not sure if I'm going to buy any because I do have a set of the rounds and the flats. I would like to get a backup set of each, but I may wait just to let other people buy them. You know what I mean?
Also wondering what the differences are going to be between version 4 and version 5 because the ones that he sold right now were all version 5, so the mass-produced versions.
Yeah.
In-
Supposedly they're nice. They're clean, and we'll see. The proof will be in, you know, if they hold up like the Jimmy Longs do, because they really stand up to abuse.
Yeah, we're looking forward to that. I mean,
We
that's
I
one of the
let P
reasons
Dubs in.
oh, nice.
I let P Dubs in a little bit ago, and there she's back.
Oh,
Beautiful.
hello there.
G'day, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear
Yes,
you.
awesome. Can you see me?
I
Yes.
can. Let me turn your
Hey,
mic
we've
up
got
a little
everything
bit.
happening.
Beautiful.
Awesome, we've got it all happening. Cool. How's everyone going?
I just turned your mic up a little bit. It was a little bit low.
Yep, okay, cool. How's everyone going?
There you go. What's going on in the chat?
How's the mic now?
Hmm. I'll tell you what.
What's happening? Mic good, mic not good. How's mic going?
Yeah.
Is the
Little
mic working?
bit. It is working, but it's kind of low and crackly.
Alright. I might take it off Bluetooth, see what happens.
No worries.
Come back. I'll come back.
Beautiful. All right. Well, we got one open.
Oh, nicely done.
Yeah, I haven't picked lottos in a vice before. I've always picked them in hand. Always, always, always. So
Yeah.
it's a different experience picking it in a vice. That's for
Yeah, the
sure.
first time I picked lottos, I also picked them in hand, but now I can pick them better in a vice. To be honest with you, I can get into that spool action faster if I do it in a vice.
I think this one's the one that I always have trouble with. Let me check it. Check it. Where is
The thing is, when you use the vice, what I noticed, you can fine tune your tensioning, so you can tension the lock in a better way. I'm not sure how to
True.
put it.
This one here, the next one that I'm going to pick, is the one that I
Oh,
always have trouble with.
that's some nice bidding.
I
High
know.
lift.
Look how there's like two high lifts way in the front.
Yeah.
They're super hard to reach. It always caused
Ooh.
me trouble.
Well, what is that? Number 6? Well, was that also a high lift?
Let me grab it. Where are you?
Or did I miss something?
Yeah.
There's like a protected number 6. Did I see that correctly?
Yep.
Oh wow. Okay, this one's not easy.
Nope. This one here always caused me the most trouble out of any of my lottos. This was the one that taught me that if you can't reach that front pin when you're doing top of keyway, do top of keyway until it's time for that first pin up front, and then swap out your top of keyway tensioner for a bottom of keyway. Like what I'll do is I'll pick it till it's time to pick pin number 1, and then I'll slide in a bottom of keyway tensioner, and then pick number 1, and then switch back to the top of keyway tensioner to pick the rest of the lock.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So one great technique.
Yep. That was my hack for this one, because it is a tough lock without doing something like that, because it is really hard to hit that high lift up front.
Yeah. You either need a very special type of a pick that can somehow reach it.
Yeah, I
Or
guess I could use a super deep Jimmy Longs. I could probably reach it with that.
yeah, try putting it next to the key. So you see if it fits nicely. See.
It's actually a good idea.
I mean, you want to definitely avoid oversetting that number 5, because number 5 is pretty deep.
Use that high lift. There we go. Oh yeah, that DP could definitely hit it. Let's try it.
Yeah, nice. Bumpy's saying he's jumping around 5. Yeah,
Beautiful.
unfortunately, I'll have to jump out at 5 because it will be 11.
That's it. You and Bumpy can do.
Yeah.
He can come in as you go out, and then I also have to leave at probably 6:15, so about 2 hours from now, because it is my sister's birthday.
Oh,
Yep,
happy
she
birthday to your sister.
Yep, she turns 34 today, so
Oh,
we're having
Happy
pizza and
birthday.
cake. Yeah. And she lives directly across the street from me, so it was very convenient.
So how's the sound now? Can you actually hear me?
I
oh yeah,
absolutely
it's
can.
fine now.
Yep.
It's fine.
Yeah. Okay, so it must have been the Bluetooth. Cool.
Oh, nice, a false set. Unbelievable with
What you
one of these
picking
builds.
with?
That's a Ruko 500 with barrel pins.
Oh, my nemesis. How you guys can just flaunt picking Rurikos in front of me when I'm on being an invited guest on stream, and how you can just keep rubbing it in my face. I don't know. It seems a bit impolite to me.
Don't take it personally.
Yeah. It's they're
One of
tough
these
lots,
days,
no doubt about it.
I'm gonna have my Ruko in my vice at home in my lock lab. I'm gonna have you two on stream, and you're gonna talk me through it, and I'm gonna get an open. Determined.
Well, the thing is, this one I'm actually progressively pinning. So I pinned up
Oh,
number 5 or up to number 3. So if I get an open, that's just 3 barrels, because 2 are still sitting there.
does yours have the sleeve?
Yeah, I think this one's a sleeved one. It's a sleeved Koya.
Yep, I have one like that. I get to the end point of deep false set, and then needing to counter rotate. You know, back to the North Pole. So it's like scary as. I don't think I have, if it's such a thing in lock sport, counter rotation confidence. Anyone else out there not have counter rotation confidence? Like how far back can you go before you drop everything? How far back do you go before that nasty spool that's in a trench trap
As
will get
far as
scratched?
you dare. As far as you dare, PPW. Let me tell you that.
You've got to be brave. You've got to be brave. Especially if you're doing it on a Harry Bow, like scary as. That thing's got, 9 o'clock counter rotation all the way back there. And I find the Ruko's the same. So the counter rotation, I have a lack of counter rotation confidence with the Ruko. I've got to get the hang of it. I've got to do something that gives me that confidence. And I think I'm going to have to progressively connect. But I've been avoiding pulling it apart because of the sleeve and stuff. I'm thinking, how many little components are in there? Like, if I pull this thing apart and I can't get it back together, so I've never progressively pinned mine.
Yeah, thankfully not many. If you have the Scandinavian oval, or like the one that I have, you should be fine. There aren't many components.
Yep, I've got the old
Circlet
classic.
is a little bit badass, but if you use like 2 of those circlet removers or one of those pliers, you should be able to take it off pretty easily.
Okay.
Oh, what do we have
Instead
here?
of grabbing of it's just a simple
Furry
process.
jumped on Ray's desk.
Jeff and things just got his duo open for the first time in more than a year. Oh, that's how long I've been working on my Ruko. And I did it more than once, so not a fluke. Awesome, Jeff. Oh, and we have a Cato on screen. Cato on screen. Hey, did you
You
watch
see
all the doggos I showed you the other day in the live stream? I try to focus on as many of them that come towards us as possible, and getting to do a one-on-one interview Pat with the lovely, massive Cleo. Huh, that was a bonus at the ice cream shop. Tiwanaku, g'day, mate.
you can see that we all have the same fear of gins.
Oh,
Because we all put the marker mark for the point
do,
of no
yeah.
return.
oh, so
Once
that's
you get the
helpful.
full, yep, once you get the false set, that's the point where you know if you hit that line, you're gonna drop everything.
I always wondered what that second line was people were putting on their locks.
So I put 2 lines on it because sometimes, depending on how you're looking at it, you don't get a good angle. So I just put 2 lines on some of them just because, depending on glare or anything like that, you may only be able to see one of the 3 lines.
Just having a look at that, the distance for that counter rotation, like that's, you've gone from 12 o'clock to 11 o'clock, maybe half 10 on that one. Like that's, and look at the counter rotation on that one. Yeah, no wonder I'm getting nowhere. I'm not going far enough. I have no counter rotation confidence.
You will get there.
That's an idea. Ladylocks, if you're listening out there, have an idea for a video or a live stream tutorial live stream, like you did on the grub screws with Marson. How about counter rotation? Just counter
Really good
rotation.
idea.
Everything to do with counter rotation. It's the biggie milestone that we all go for. We want to feel that counter rotation. Then we know we've got ourselves a security pin and we've picked our first security pin. That gives us our counter rotation. So, yeah. What do you think, lads?
I think it's a great idea.
Ooh.
Where's
Ladylocks, I'll leave that one in your pocket,
beautiful?
so to speak. I'm
There's our
trying to
false set.
concentrate on this. I'm thinking, I'm on the big screen with the lads who can pick anything they put their mind to, right? So I thought, okay, get out the Lockwood twin, give it some. So yes, it is pinned to 5, I think. So I thought I'll just give the pins a little tickle, see if they want to if they're a lot more relaxed up here in the tropics and they want to set for me.
Here's another reason why I put more than 1 line on it. You can see once it counter rotated, I can no longer see the marker line because of the tensioners in front of it.
Oh, yep. Vignette, thanks, mate. Yes, I did that yesterday morning, and I uploaded it this morning at 5 a.m. So that's straight off. No planning, no editing. Just what you see is what you get. Everything you saw for the first time, I saw for the first time. And I tell you what, my eyes were like everywhere. I was trying not to swing the camera, trying not to do too many zoomy innies, and like there was so much I wanted to focus on, but I only had so much time, you know. I only had this locksmith for a short amount of time, and we needed to get through an old shop that was also a saw doctor with all that saw equipment out the back. How awesome to see all of that. What a saw doctor uses. Massive amount of equipment. And we had a short amount of time to get it done. And so I was like trying to cover everything. And I'm thinking people can, if they're on the touch screen, they can zoom in, they can slow it down. Yeah, I've just got to make sure I get stuff in shot, and then you can do your zoom in and stuff.
Okay.
Ray, one more tip there. What I also do, I use the different colors for the lines, the counter rotation. So one way that I do it, I put the black one into the middle, and I paint it without the faucet first, and then when I get a faucet, I paint another line. This helps me in figuring out whether I'm really in a deep faucet or not, because I can compare the two lines, right?
Oh, that's
That
a
makes
good
sense.
idea.
I'm hearing somebody is
I like the idea
like
of
an
the colour
echo.
down. Echo. Echo. Echo.
A bit of an echo, yeah.
Yeah, I think it was you, Wolfgang.
Me, okay. Let's check.
Yeah, something just came right after you just said something right there.
Yep. Let's see.
So, Jeff and Things is in the chat. How the heck is it going, Jeff?
Well, Jeff just cracked his jaw. That's how he's going. He's over the moon. He's doing his lock jump happy dance.
That's
taken in
freaking awesome.
a year of working on a lock, and you finally get it open, and you repeat it, so it's not a fluke. I mean, that's an awesome achievement, Jeff. Big congratulations, mate.
That is awesome. I have a Duo as well that I've never opened, not a single time. I open a couple red belt locks and a couple black belt locks every single day to keep in practice. And I have 3 purple belt locks right now that are just totally destroying me.
All right, let's see. Is it better now? Hello, hello.
Try again?
Am I still echoing? Let's see.
Yes.
Yes, okay.
I don't hear the echo on my end.
Oh, let's ask people. You know what? Let's ask people. Does anybody hear an echo? Because if nobody in the actual YouTube hears the echo, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, Jeff, get the not a flute patch from COVID Instruments, mate. You earned that one. You've earned that patch, mate. Oh, Jeff didn't get it on camera. He's got to get it on camera yet and start the purple belt climb. Yes, I'm on the first ladder of the purple belters. And
could it be me?
The first time I picked my Ruko, I got it open, right? And I was doing it relaxed at the in-laws on the lounge watching telly. And of course it wasn't filmed, and it was like, and it has been 2 years and I haven't been able to get it open since. So film everything. Jeff hears an echo. Unit says it sounds like Ray is the echo.
All right, here's what we're going to do. I'm using my computer for the chat. Let's close that down. Let's just close all the electronics that I have going on here next to me. Control Alt Delete. Let's go. Shut down. There we go. Shut.
So Jeff's going for the Duo, the Quickset Smart Key, then something else. What would be the third purple belt lock? Would you suggest that Jeff go for?
I would not suggest a Medico. I would suggest like if I had to do it over again, I would have done an ASA 600 with barrels.
Yeah.
Because I waited until I was opening black belt locks to get introduced to barrel pins, and now I'm struggling with them. So I suggest that he tries them and tries
So
to
that's
expose
really
himself to it early.
Yeah. Something with barrels, Jeff. So
Yeah,
what?
something along
So
these lines.
technically, what's the difference besides an extra lip at the top? Really, is the difference between a barrel and a gin? Is it just that the gin has got more depth to the spoolie section? Because if you just look at the bottom half of each of those pins, they're basically performing the same function, aren't they? They're grabbing that lip.
Yes, they do perform the same function. The gin is sharper and catches on counter milling. It catches very, very hard, but it only catches one time. It only catches on the counter milling, and then once you get it out of the counter milling, that's it. You can set it. Barrels have a little less sharp of a lip, but there are 3 levels of milling inside, basically threading. So you have to click it, and then click it set. So you have to pick that pin 4 times.
So they've milled that chamber out in at 3 different heights inside that chamber.
Yeah, it basically looks like threading inside of it.
You sneaky little lock company.
This is why I'm having so much trouble with this thing, because the jiggle test on something with barrels, the jiggle is very subtle sometimes. So I end up oversetting a pin because I'm not sure which one of the pins I should be picking.
Yeah.
It's a struggle. That is the right tension. I have a particular bare bones pick that I use for picking barrels because it's like.
Which one's that?
Like a crowbar. It's a crowbar. It's the Jade Gem. It's a super strong hook, so I don't worry about bending it.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, yep. So is that the 23 pound?
So I'm hoping that nobody's hearing the echo anymore. I don't hear it anymore. So.
Well, I wasn't speaking. Maybe that's why.
It may have been me. They said that it might have been me, and I had my computer going where I was watching the chat roll, and I have had this headset connected to the computer maybe a week ago. It may have attached to both devices, and maybe that was what was going on.
Well, that's weird, because Pocket Woman was talking all the time, and we didn't hear any echo. And while I was talking, we heard echo, which is weird.
I just heard the echo again.
Yeah. Something is weird here.
Welcome.
On OBS,
Yeah, somebody said that it sounds almost like somebody's got some kind of audio in the room and their mic is picking it up. Jeff said it's gone in the live, so screw it. Doesn't matter. No one else can hear it. I can live with it.
Jeff says echo's gone.
I can live with it then. So how's your barrel journey going there, Wolfgang? You said you're on 3, right?
Yeah, I'm on 3. So the most success I'm getting with this short hook from the middle of the keyway. That's where I get my nice core action, but no opens yet. And yeah, well, what you talked about there, the so jiggle testing the barrels, that's a real nightmare indeed.
It really is. It's very subtle. It's not like when you're jiggle testing an American 1100 where you really get good movement on the pick. You know which one is jiggling. In this, I mean, it can be very, very subtle.
At least I can feel the oversets. I know what it feels like when I overset one of these barrels.
Oh yeah, you know exactly, because you'll set something and everything else goes to mush. So
Exactly.
like, oh, okay, everything went to mush. I'm done. I got to reset. That is true. At least you don't
can't
have to
recover from
waste
that.
your
You
time.
have to reset. Is that what you're saying, Ray?
Yep.
Oh.
You don't have to completely reset. You can let off a little bit to where almost everything falls. But you need to move backwards. Once you feel everything go to mush, that means you went too far and you need to take a couple steps back.
Yeah. It is so easy to overset them. I'm not sure who told me that it was hard to overset these. They are actually easy to overset.
Yeah, see, at the beginning, like where I'm at now, until I get everything into the milling, I put on gorilla tension. It's super heavy tension. The tensioner's the 40 thou bar, and it's actually bent over a little bit. So I'm using pretty heavy tension. Here is not where I overset it. It's always after I get everything into the milling and I lighten up on tension. That's when I start to overset stuff.
And that's when you've got to go through and do little tappies on everything again.
That's it. You're just going and just rocking on everything and looking for the one that's not jiggling, the one that's solid. But the thing is, you'll feel one that's solid, and then you'll feel another one. It'll be jiggling, but it's almost imperceptible, so it feels almost like it's solid too. So which of the two do you pick? You kind of got to guess sometimes. Eventually, I'll get better, and differentiating will become easier. But right now, I feel like I'm guessing half the time. It's the two things that I did that I wish I could go back and do again. I never did any barrels while I was coming up through the ranks, so I wasn't exposed to them, so I'm struggling now with barrels. The other thing is that I never picked any dimple locks until I was picking black belt locks either. So I'm kind of like, I'm probably purple belt level on dimple locks, but black belt level on pin tumblers. Does it make sense? Not really, but that's what it's the reality that I live.
Yeah, but I got the feeling that these barrels were designed not to talk to you, but basically just be mute and
No.
don't give you any hints what's really going on inside the lock.
Yeah, there you can tell that why Asa moved from gins to barrels. They are a lot less straightforward to pick.
I mean, serrated pins in general are already a little bit mysterious when you need to deal with them. But these barrels, I mean, they feel like it's got kind of like a join between a serrated pin and a spool.
Yeah, I buy that because it's almost like a reverse serrated pin. Instead of the pin having serrations on it, the core has serrations on it.
Yeah, exactly.
I never really thought of it that way.
It's just the counting the clicks as the barrel moves up. That's like one way of figuring out whether the barrel is set or not. It's so hard to listen to.
It was bound up pretty tight. Oh god, I hate barrels so much. I hate barrels so much. I was kind of happy at first because it was like, oh, barrels, they're a really good challenge. But after like a month of screwing around with this lock, it's like, okay, already. I'm ready for this thing to freaking open. I mean, it was like,
good challenge.
yep, 3 pins, no problem. Open it every time in just a couple minutes. 4 pins, no problem. 5 pins, it's kind of hard. 6 pins, the thing's unpickable. Unpickable.
Yeah.
And I don't know why. What I did, Bumpy Bones suggested, because Lady Locks told him he was having kind of a similar problem. He had 5 pins in, everything's good, put it in the 6th pin, and then he was having trouble. So she's like, maybe try and progressive pinning it from the other end. So I started in the back of the lock and did 6, 5, and 4, and then added 3, and then added 2, and then added 1. He said, go start in the front, put in 1, 2, and 3, and pick it, and then 4, and then 5, and now I have all 6 pins in it. And do I feel like it helped? Maybe, but it's still freaking hard. I think I guess it's meant to be.
Have you got an open?
What was that?
Did you get an open by progressive pinning it from the rear to the front?
I have opened it, but I can't open it consistently.
But the progressive pinning from the rear to the front was helpful, yes?
Yes, it was helpful in that I know that there are, because I did that, I now know that there's 1 pin that I should not mess with in the first stage of picking this. So when you start picking of 600 with barrels, you pick all the pins under heavy tension, kind of like tapered pins. So you tap everything up, and everything will nudge up until it gets into the counter milling. And then you'll get a little click, and that's when everything's in the counter milling. Then you're trying to push those barrels up through that milling. That first stage, pin number 5, I need to leave alone the whole time because it is already in the milling.
Oh, yeah.
So I was struggling a lot where I would bump number 5 because I was, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and I would bump it up to where I would overset it. So now I know that I need to pick, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1, 6, 4, 3, and skip 5 until I'm ready, until I have everything up into the milling.
So the reverse progressive pinning also helped you to work out which pin was the problem child.
Yes, because when I pinned it starting in the back, I had 6, 5, and 4 in from the beginning. So I never picked it with 5 not in the lock. So when I started in the front, there was no 5 in the lock. So it was really easy with 3, really easy with 4. When I put in 5 was when the problem started.
Yep. Yeah, I've got a 5 problem child in this twin, I reckon. Greyhound Pippin, welcome, mate. Whoa.
So frustrating.
How's it going, Will? You've got the concentration silence going there.
Not fair enough.
Yeah,
Alright, I've had
on
enough
my
barrels.
end, I'm starting to figure out the binding order as Ray figured out his. So mine is 5 should be the first one to be picked, because that gives me a bit of a turn on the core when I pick it. But then the rest, 4 and 3, are kind of mysterious to me.
Oh, you've got mysterious pins. Oh.
We'll give up its secrets eventually.
Let's hope so.
Nope, don't let that tension.
So I feel 3 is my number 6. The one that Ray just talked about, the one that I shouldn't touch.
Yep, that's my number 5. I can't
Number
touch
5.
number 5
Okay, number 5.
until everything's in the counter milling or in the milling.
Alright, well, warming up with a Lockwood twin is probably not the way to gain confidence. It goes somewhere else. My favourite little warm up. Aha.
So how is Ladylocks doing this evening? This fine, fantastic evening.
Last time I was speaking with Ladylocks, she had computer issues. And then I've just watched a recent video where she's talking that she's had mic cable issues. So she's been on a technical WTF. Why is this all going on right now?
So I see Ladylocks has a special way to pick barrel pins. She's going to have to give me that special secret sauce because I am sucking at them.
There's a cool way to pick them that's not much trouble at all. Ladylocks holds a secret.
That's what I want to know. Oh, man.
Little false set when I pick number 5. Alright. Now comes the question. Which one's the next one? 4 or 3?
Once you get that tiny little bit of core movement, for me anyway, in this one, as soon as I get that click and that little bit of core movement, that's when everything's in the milling, and then you have to start being careful and start jiggle testing everything and lightening off on the tension a little bit.
Ladylocks has a good idea about getting hold of Ladylocks on Discord and all get together at once and do a video tutorial chat where Lollylocks can show us and talk us through the secret
would
on how
love
to pick those barrels. It'll be a private tuition session.
Mm-hmm. Dang, getting nowhere here.
So, anybody in the chat go shopping for Jimmy Wong's this past week? I'm
And
curious
have they all sold out now?
people. Yeah, I'm curious how many people stand in line like me at 6 o'clock Mountain Time.
Someone didn't want to miss out this time.
All right, Lady Locks, I'll message you later.
Yeah, I think I can try that. I'd love to do that.
Yeah, Lady Locks has a stream tomorrow, right?
Yes, she
Yep.
does, and it's usually her streams are usually pretty long too. So
So it's Thursday stream, which is Friday in the Southern Hemisphere.
I have to do a tiny bit of yard work when I get home from work tomorrow, but that's at 2:30. So I could probably try and knock that out and try and be on the live maybe by 4:30, 5 o'clock, something like that.
Well, you can always pray for rain, which means no yard work, and you might as well spend your time learning barrels from Lollylocks.
Hey, there's probably nobody better to learn from. I watched Artichoke's video, and that's kind of where all my information on barrels came from. And I don't know, not all locks behave the same, and I
The
just
same, exactly. So it's good to
struggle
get
busting.
different people's perspective on how they pick them.
Yeah, the problem is definitely the initial state where your barrels start out. Because as
Yes.
Ray mentioned it, sometimes you already have some of them in the counter milling, which complicates things a little bit. Because those barrels will become something like a zero lift. You shouldn't touch them for some time.
Not in that stage. I mean, you have to pick them later, but not in the beginning.
Lollylocks is saying that Artichoke's method works, but it's too complicated. It sucks. So she's got a simpler, easier way to get them things picked.
I definitely agree with you. It definitely does suck.
Yeah.
At least when I'm implementing it. It sucks when I implement it, let's put it that way.
The Greyhound picking, are you saying you're saying you've got a show coming Saturday? Are you saying you're going live? You've got a live stream coming? Is that what you're saying? Or is it a video?
It would be great. She says to ignore the stages of picking, which if we can do that, if there's a way to pick them without doing that, she's a genius.
All right, let's try maximum tension, see what happens.
I think I'm going to do that.
Just tighten up on tension and give them a push. Get one to move and the next will move.
Okay, so if I max up the tension, they won't budge. That's interesting.
Just get one to move. That's all you need.
I think 3 moved. Let's see.
The one who wants to cooperate, call out the number, because that'll be the start of your binding order.
Okay, I think 3 is now picked. Let's try 4. Click on 4. I think it's picked. At least.
Greyhound says he wants to do a live sometime. Have you ever been on a live? Because I tell you, I got on live with Lady Locks. I was brand new. I was green, baby, green. And it was so much fun that anytime that I can get live with anybody, I'm on. To the point where I started my own. I'm dragging other people on now.
Yeah, get your experience up and your camera set up right and for the live, and that's all you need. And you're
Let's check. Crap, my phone's doing the live stream, so I can't check my Jimmy Long's delivery date. Let's check my iPad.
like, yeah, good to get on some other live streams to gain some experience on the panel and knowing what the computer's doing behind the scenes and stuff, and getting the audio to not glitch out and freak out on itself because two audios or more are going at once and you don't realise. Sometimes it just makes a horrible sound. Oh, Greyhound's going big. They've got 3 cameras, different angles, mate. Bring it on. You're going to need a little mini director behind the scenes.
Oh, that.
It's good to get moderators for your channel because you've got enough to do behind the scenes and running your live, and you've got enough to think about and making the content on the fly. So there's enough going on. So it's good to get other people in to moderate your channel, keep ferals out, and make sure it stays YouTube compliant, the chat, so it doesn't impact your channel. Because if the chat goes feral, you can lose your live stream or you can lose your channel. Ladylocke says, guys, pick and barrels, move the pick in a reverse C motion, going bottom to top, so a curve almost, scooping the key pin. A reverse C motion, going bottom to top, a curve almost scooping the key pin.
Yeah.
All right, so let's change out the lock and see if we can figure out what a reverse C motion is.
Which is right there. An opposite C.
So light
And
tension,
then it's like you're doing
and
a scoop
C.
up like that. So that's your motion. Scoop.
Wonder if I have the room for that written here. This is a restricted keyway. Well, we're going to find out.
Might have to get a thinner shaft pick to be able to do it.
Yeah, that's quite possible.
Alright, yeah, it's seized up again. Alright, whatever. We'll continue from here. I gotta leave now. Thank you very much for having me, Ray, and everyone else. I wish everyone a great rest of the day. See you guys.
Yeah, thank you so much for coming, Wolfgang. I will see you next week, buddy.
Yep, see you.
One little small pearl of wisdom from Ladylocke. I believe that the angle makes the key pad hit the barrel at a small angle, which allows it to move way easier. It's all about angles inside the lock. Wolf. Catch you later, mate.
So C, reverse C motion. So we're going this way. Light tension. I think I got the reverse C motion. I think that's working.
Ladybug tokens, it moves those pins easy. It's insane. So if the method works, reverse C motion, a bit of a scoop.
So
Keypin. That word was keypin, not keypad. Autocorrect. Keypad, hit the barrel at a small angle, which allows it to move way easier. Cool. Oh, the comedy that autocorrect has brought to the world.
yeah, seriously.
Yes.
Somebody said that they saw their Jimmy Longs go from being delivered on Friday to being delivered on Saturday, and now it says Monday. I just checked mine. Mine also say Monday now.
So is it, I know this is the first commercial run, as in commercially produced, mass produced run Jimmy Longs has done. So is there a limited number on those as well so that they will also sell out? He'll do them in small batches. Is that the way he's going to do it?
That seems to be how he was doing it. He put out as many as he thought he could ship in like a reasonable batch. You know, he didn't want to sell 1,000 sets and then be sitting there packaging them up for 3 weeks. So he put up. I'm not sure how many he put up. I'm assuming that it was a couple hundred at least, because when he was putting up 100 of each set, he would sell out in 10 minutes.
Right.
It took 3 hours for him to sell out this time. So it's hard to get that, make that. My brain is checking out. So I'm like scoop, scoop, reverse C, and then my brain checks out for a minute, and then I just straight up.
Yeah, you've got to practice mindfulness. You need to be mindful. Focus on what you're doing. It's a deliberate act. So you have to be present. It has to be a decisive act, and that is mindfulness. It's just being present. Be aware and be present. So you're going to have to focus on every pin. You can't just pick one and then jump back and have a feel along. And you've got to actually focus on every pin. Whereas this pin tumbler, I'm just pushing pins up. I don't have to focus on any pin. I've got a few security pins. That's it. Gives me nice feedback. Nice counter. Not the scary kind.
Yep, I think I'm going to jump on the live with Lady Lux tomorrow because I think that I'm not doing this right.
Yeah, you're not going to hit barrels in a Packlock 90 or a American 1100, mate. You're going to hit barrels when you go to your ASA 600. Is it right? Do you first hit barrels?
So they do have barrels in like a Ruco 500. There's a variety of Ruco 500 that has barrels, or the ASA 600, or the ASA Twin Combi, or the ASA Twin. It's basically anything that used to have gin spools in it pretty much now they've switched over to all of those box having barrels in them now. And there are two different kinds of barrels. There are what people call barrels. There are like the double-ended T-pin, like bump stop pins people call barrels. Those are a different kind of barrel. These are ASA barrels. Those are the ones that are like a pin that has almost a gin lip on both ends.
And it's like that it's like that the spool section is, that's not a spool, is, it's got knurling on it. So it's like you got, these pointy things at both ends, and next minute you've got knurling in the middle to get through. They don't look smooth. Ladylocke says as soon as Hook gets it, he will never forget it. And those pins will be moving so fast.
Hopefully you save me from myself tomorrow, because it's I pick this lock every single day, and I mess with it for probably 30 minutes. Then I get disgusted, and away it goes. That's it, because I have this one. This is an ASA Maximum Plus Restricted. So it's 6 pins, and all of them are barrels. I have this lock, and then I also have, that I'm working on right now, an ASA Twin Combi. That's basically the same thing, 6 barrel pins, except there are 3 finger pins on the side. Well, that's what's in it right now, is 3 finger pins. It's 3 to 5 finger pins, but I can't get the barrels figured out, so I can't get either of the things open. I never tried picking it counterclockwise. I wonder if that would make a difference. Probably not.
So don't you usually pick it in the direction of where the sidebar is, so that you can get the sidebar?
Okay, so this one doesn't have a sidebar in it.
Okay.
But the Combi does have a sidebar in it, but it doesn't really isolate. So you could pick it both directions. It doesn't really matter. Because like this Medico here, it has a sidebar in it. You can pick it clockwise, and you would pick the top pins first, and then pick the rotations. Or you could pick it counterclockwise, and the sidebar would bind up first, so you would then pick the rotations first, and then pick the top pins. So you can do it both ways. It's just to each his own, whatever your preference is.
Whoa, Ladylocke says just pick her 600 with the grab pick. She's stunned. She said this thing picks all kinds of stuff.
If you're telling me that you flipped out your grab pick and raked it open, I'm gonna retire from picking this lock.
That's what she's saying.
That's terrible.
Did you get it on camera, Ladylocke?
Probably not.
Oh no, Noah's had a long trip home. There's been some pressures on the interstate. Hope everyone was alright.
Ooh, we got Bumpy. How's it going, buddy? I hope you weren't waiting long.
Oh, nope. Just got on.
Beautiful.
How's everyone doing?
Not too bad.
G'day, Bumpy.
How's your barrel spool picking journey going?
Oh, it's going all right. I kind of took a little pause on it for a little bit, so but I've got about I can do 4 out of 6 right now.
Very, very nice. Yep, I'm at 6 of 6, but I can pick it like, if I pick at this thing for an hour a day, I will get it open once every other day or something. Like it's terrible. It's terrible um,
It's
consistency.
inconsistent. It has to keep you guessing.
Oh, well,
What you
that's better.
picking, Bumpy?
I'm just doing some American Lock 1100s right now. I finished my first hook pick.
Oh,
I'm giving that a
nice.
try. I'm recovering from a bit of a cold, so it's like I'm not going to do anything too challenging right now.
Yeah.
Huh.
Do comfort locks.
Oh boy.
So I'll be back home Tuesday, which will be your Monday. So that'll be good. Are we able to start getting the parky locks out?
Jeff asked who hasn't been interviewed by the Lockpicker 1969 yet. There's actually a lot of people that have not been interviewed by him.
Yeah.
But I love that he does it just because it's everybody has their story, and it's so interesting because we're all so different but the same, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
We all
And we're
love
only
the
looking at
same
the same
thing,
place.
but we're all so different. We took different roads to get where we're at, but we're all doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hmm.
Why am I one lock? Let's just use. Yeah, Jeff and things, I'm still on the list. That's gotta happen. Yeah, I've got to get there eventually. I haven't forgotten.
It's funny that you're starting with 1100s today, Bumpy, because that I started with 410 lottos today.
Awesome.
I was like, yep, we're going to take a step back and we're going to get back to basics. So I haven't picked them for months because I couldn't find the keys and they were all locked together in a big string.
You're
And I'm
like
like, I don't feel like holding these, 8 locks to try and pick them all apart.
good point. Mm-hmm.
Hmm. God, I hate barrels so much. the crazy thing is once I get this stupid lock to bend to my will, I'll probably say that I love barrels so much.
No, you
That's
only
how it
say
was.
that once you can repeat the open again and again, then you'll love them.
That's how it
Because
was
you'll
with
have the
gin spools,
technique
man.
down pat then.
That's how it was with gin spools. I would pick at the lock, pick at the lock, pick at the lock, hate it, hate it, hate it, and then eventually it clicked. And then I was able to start picking things with gin spools, and then they became my favorite thing to do.
Yeah.
'Cause it's like just relaxing and real straightforward. Pick everything till everything's in the counter milling. You'll get a false set, and you float your gins. The lock opens. It's the same every time.
So once you get everything in the counter milling, then you just pick
Yep.
it. You just go through and pick the binders.
So let's start with this one. We got a Ruco 500 right here. Or no,
G'day, Stephen.
let's
How's it
do
going?
this one.
You got your
This is an ASA 700, and it's pinned to red belt. So there are 3 tapered pins in here and 4 gin spools. So you start, well, we first start by picking the correct pick to pick this thing with. I need a 20,000 pick, so 20,000 pick, there we go. You also need a 50,000 tensioner. Alright, 50,000 tensioner. So you put in your 1 tensioner. You don't need 2 at the beginning, because at the beginning you're just picking everything into the counter milling. You're not worried about floating anything. So I go in, 6 is not binding, 5. And what you're doing right now is, because there's 3 tapered pins, you're basically bumping up the tapered pins to try and get those to set, but you're also nudging the gins to get them off the fat section and get it into the counter milling. So you're just going, front to back or back to front, nudging everything up, picking things as they're binding, and as soon as you get everything into the counter milling, it clicks real hard and falls into a false set. At least all my 700s do. There's no mistaking when you have the tapered pins and the set and the gins and the counter milling. There's no mistaking it. Maybe if I can get everything there. I'll show you what comes next.
So
Hold
I
on
did.
one second.
I had I was. Something happened, and I wasn't actually in full set, but everything felt like it was moving. And I did the little counter milling thingy, binding pin. So I thought, oh, I bind up. My, automatic trainer kicked in. Binder, pick it. So I picked it, and then I had massive counter rotation, and then it popped into just a straight up and down 12 o'clock, and I thought, oh no, and then I had a little feel, and there was another binder, and I just, binder, pick it. So I picked the binder, and then it's dropped into a bit of a false set, but not the massive big one that, that I know is to come and destroy my confidence. So are you saying that I have all them little gins in the counter milling now?
Yep, if it fell into a false set, you should have all the gins in the counter milling. And that's when you put in the second tensioner and start to float them. See, mine just fell into a false set. And at that time, then you start with the manual counter rotation as you bounce on the gin. And when you're bouncing on the gin, you want to move the tip of your pick left and right and hit it from different angles because you're just trying to break it loose.
Oh, and which one do you do that to? Is there a binder in there? Do I do it with a binder?
If you don't know what the binding order is, they
Yeah.
all bind up pretty similarly. Like right now, every single one of them pretty much feels the same because they're
So,
all bound.
so I just start just giving everyone a little nudge, a little lefty righty.
Yeah, you're just going to pick one and bounce on it as you're trying to counter rotate.
And then I'm
And
supposed to stick in another tensioner.
as soon as it lets go, you feel your pick go above where it was, try and capture it by. So you're counter rotating as you're bouncing. As soon as your pick goes up and you feel the pin move up, try and rotate back the other way to try and capture it.
Okay. I need the second tensioner. Come on. I've got a whole bag of tensioners. That just
Okay.
blocks the
Why is this walk embarrassing me right now?
figure it out. Grab this one.
One, two, that's four. This is six. This has got to be six. Okay. Maybe I picked six already. Let's act like six is picked.
Alright,
There's
so
two. Then we're open. I just spent 2 minutes trying to pick pin number 6, and it was already picked.
I gotta love it when it's happening. When it happens.
What the heck is going on? I hear the echo again. Anybody on YouTube hear the echo when Bumpy talks?
I don't hear it. So I've got to do this float picky counter rotation thing with every one of these pins, is it?
Yeah.
I turned the gain on my mic down. How's that?
No, your mic went really low, mate. The gain worked. It turned it, but your volume dropped.
All right, how's that?
That's better. Yep.
Yep, I didn't hear any echo that time. God, I love these frickin' picks now. These frickin' handles from 44 Delta are the bomb.
I'm hoping to add those into my next order.
God, they're so nice.
I was expecting a big shipment from them today, but USPS delayed the package.
Yeah, I think we're all waiting for stuff from Jimmy Long's.
Oh, I
Everybody
can't
and
wait
their
to get my
mother.
paws on those.
Did you order some this week?
Yep, I got the intermediate set.
Outstanding. I also got the intermediate set because I have Jimmy Long's. I have his 15 thou flats and rounds, and then I have a couple sets of version 3s from last year at this time. But I really want the intermediate set and the gems, so I ordered those this time.
Yeah, I'll probably go with the gems the next time I can do an order.
Yep, they are. Last year around Christmas time, he had a set of. They were pretty much sharps. So there were 2 gen hooks. There was a 19 thou and a 22 thou or 23 thou gem, and then there was a 19 and 23 thou diamond, and they were pretty slick. It'll be nice to have like a deep gem because I haven't had one of those from him yet. Because that I would use that all day long. Oh. What I really hope is that Jimmy goes back to, instead of selling sets, selling,
Individual picks.
sets of flats. You know what I mean? Because that's what he did last year. He had, a low, a short, a medium, and a deep, and he would sell those 4 picks. And they were all 4 flats, and it was pretty cool. That's what I'm hoping that he eventually gets back to sometime. Because yes, I like having rounds around, but I use flats like I wouldn't say 100% of the time, but 95% of the time I'm using either a flat or a gem. Almost never
yeah.
do I use rounds. Almost never. And I want to try out his turners because I'm curious if he uses high yield for his turners. Those would be pretty neat to try out.
I'm really looking forward to getting my hands on them. I've been wanting to get a set for a while, so I was sitting here refreshing my computer like every 5 minutes.
I just dropped into a Deadpool set.
I still have an alarm set on my phone because when he released in the summertime, he was releasing at 8 p.m. Mountain Time. So I had an alarm set for 9:55 p.m. here, and it still goes off every single day, and I still check his site every single day just to make sure that he's not doing like a surprise release or something. And now I have a second alarm, Jimmy Long's every Friday at 8 p.m., which is 6 Mountain Time. Oh, Yet said, what was that about the Delta handles? They're just really nice. They're more sturdy this way. And
my God.
Also, what happened?
Congrats!
I've got the room open. I got it open. Oh, serious. I can't yell out. I'll wake the house. I got it open. Oh my
Oh,
god.
it's awesome.
I got it open. I ripped it open. After years of trying, I did it in bloody minutes. Holy. Keep it on camera. I'm going to gut this thing. I'm going to go get all my gutting stuff. Back in a minute.
All right, we got you full screen. What was I in yet? The Delta handles are really nice because they stack, because they're magnetic. So you can have like a brick of picks. It's really cool. I really like them. And you can also use them to reach things that are just out of reach. Like let's say we have a tensioner that's just out of reach. You can kind of use your pick as a magnetic reacher. That's just me because I'm a lazy fat guy. Yep. I also got the magnetic ones for the Genesis and Echelon. I didn't buy the full set because I still wanted to keep them in the in the case. So I bought one of each, and I keep it inside the case in the top flap area.
Oh yeah.
I'm super jazzed for her getting that lock open. There's, oh God, I'll never forget the day that I opened my 700 for the very first time because I was on live with Lady Walks. The very first time I opened the 700, I was wigging out. It was my very first live with Lady Walks ever, and I opened it, and she said to me, "Okay, from now on, every time you touch that lock, make sure the camera's rolling." And you know what I did? I didn't listen to that advice. And I opened it again that night, and I regretted it. So now, every time I want to record a lock, I don't pick it unless I have a camera going.
Yeah, you
Sometimes,
listen to the lady.
that's it. Sometimes we gotta learn the hard way.
Listen to the ladies. You find out the hard way, boys. You gotta listen to the ladies.
You are correct.
You men should have been well trained in that by now, surely. Alright, so
I was
that
brand new. I was green. Oof.
was
Too bad. I'm just slaying freaking water locks right now. It's really funny. Wolfgang literally said this to me earlier because I had never picked a water lock in a vise until now. When I, stopped picking them, I didn't have a vise yet, so I had always picked them in hand. So I just started picking them for the very first time in a vise, and boy, are they pretty easy to pick in Vice. Wow.
Oh yeah.
They're actually easier than picking in hand, and that is surprising to me. Nice.
Do my moving around and I catch it in phone. Ah, we're on what?
Picking with grab pick's not bad. I just stripped some of the threads though on the holder.
Yeah, I might have bought the grab pick, but I kind of spent my allowance for that week on a pocket knife. I have too many hobbies that cost too much money.
No.
I know how that is.
Yeah.
Yep, I collect pocket knives. I'm an amateur radio operator. I play the guitar, and I pick locks. So none of those 4 things are cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah, outside of lock picking, I'm a computer gamer and I do jewelry work.
Oh, that's interesting. That's rat yoke territory.
And carpentry.
Yeah. We all have our own. We all are lock pickers, but we all have our own story.
Oh no, I just done it. No, I actually have a key somewhere. Ah, it's about time we're searching for a key. This is it. Save it. So I can lock this up because I've got the key. So technically I can lock this up. Key works. Lovely.
Beautiful.
Oh my god!
It's a tough little one.
So Nola is having a good time with the Desmo. That's a brown belt, isn't it? Desmo a brown belt, or is that a purple belt? Can't remember. Ah, Greyhound. Between locks, guns, and ham. Yep, we all do it, and that's kind of why pretty much everything that I try and buy to where I can buy it through PayPal, because PayPal Pay in 4 makes it so, if I buy, $150 knife, it's 4 payments of, $38 or something. So it hurts less. Therefore, my wife is mad at me less.
That's good. That's good. Good strategy. I like your strategy.
Yep, I usually keep like a rolling balance on paying for of like $300. It seems like. So you pay something off, and then like this last week, Jimmy Longs came out. So I bought $100 worth of Jimmy Longs, and then I'll pay that off, and then I'll buy the next $100 thing or whatever.
I think this clip has made me go off frame, but we're going to persist. I'm determined to find out what is in this lot that has given me such a hard time for so long.
That is something that is a fact about the ASSA locks. The circlips are a pain to get off, and
It
once
was
you bend them
nasty.
open, yeah, you'll bend it open, and then when you bend it closed back on it again, after you do that 2 or 3 or 4 times, they like to break. So just a heads up for that.
Like I brought spears. Oh, I nearly pushed the core out, pushing the shimming. That was nearly a disaster. Yes, it's come out quite mangled. It's quite thick. It was quite hard to get off. Right. Uh-oh, it lost power. Put power on. There we go. Okay. Don't hit the cables. Alright. Oh, I think I went out of frame again. Oh well. I'll just have to pick it again and again and again and get it open.
I trust you.
Oh my, getting disaster straight away. Why does this happen? Okay, here we go. We're going in. We're seeing what's in there. Right. Let's dump them out. You can see the well, you can really see around the chambers
Sleeve.
how they're opened up around the key pin. That's interesting.
So it's got the sleeve with the oval openings.
Oh, yes, that's what it is. Yes, I forgot about the sleeve because it didn't come out as a separate piece. Oh, it's pinned. I see the dimples. It's pinned to the core. Oh, and that creates the lip through the sleeve. Oh, I get it. So it's another way to create countermilling.
Yep.
Well, they're all standard, really long key pins. Why are they so long? Why, they are hugely long. I felt like I was pushing them up into the world. I bet you they're all sort of, probably turn out to be all overset traps, and that's why I haven't been able to pick it, because this one's just overset trap. But we'll see how we go. Let's see what's in here. See it. Whoa, you jumpy little beastie. What are you? Oh, little Jim. Oh, little Jim. Jimmed off. Where'd you go? Oh, don't tell me I've lost a... I can't lose a pin on the first pin. Here we go. Found your little Jim. You can stay there. Jumpy little things, aren't they? Oh my, there's tiny little ends on them. So would it have all the same springs?
Yeah, should have all the same springs. That was a baby gin.
These are all tiny, because that's such long key pins. You've got many gins. Oh, and they just keep going. Oh, and we've got a little standard up the rear with a strong bevel on it. Well, that's a nasty little trap right there. Let's stick you in the eyeball.
Yep, you should have one tapered pin in chamber number 5.
Oh, is that what it is? Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
Alright, how many do we have? We don't have enough amount. One, two, three, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're one short, right? Okay, who's hanging out in the back shed? Get out of there. Skills in. Come on. Where are you? Which one were you in? Uh-huh. Now we have to go hunting springs. And my pointers are over there. Right.
One of them's
Should've
stuck
just
in
put
there somewhere.
everything on my thing. Should have just stuck everything in front of me. Alright, we're going in with a hook. I'm still out of frame, aren't I? Oh. So nothing, and nothing. How can I be missing the spring? Nothing. Oh, I feel like something might be wrong right there. I don't know. Oh, Houston, we have a problem. I couldn't have lost the spring. I only went tap in that section there. Like, did anyone see a spring decide to fling off into the universe? Because how can we be missing a spring? That's just not on. Oh, we've all joined up together here. That's not fun. Maybe when I spread them out, there'll be a magical 6-1 appear. Oh, that's a spring.
Recount the springs that are in the skull, because I think there's 5 in there.
Yep. And there's 6 pins. So I'm missing a spring.
Oh shit! I thought that was a
Is that why the
500.
thing
We
was
go
hard to fit?
500.
Is that why? Looks like. Is that why the thing was so hard to pick? Let me get a fingerprint tool. See if I can get in there. Find out what's going on. That's just weird. Don't want any weird stuff going on. This is supposed to be my first purple lock on camera with a gut. We don't want weird. We want straightforward, easygoing, no disasters, and now we don't have a spring.
I see what's up.
Let's just go right in with the torch and see if we can see anything down in there.
I see what's up. It is a 5-pin lock.
What?
There are 5 chambers. The 6th pin there is actually the driver for number 5.
Oh. Who's the clever little lock spotter? Oh, awesome. You go there. Look at that. Perfect. Ha-ha! We have a complete gut team.
Things still going on at your sister's?
All is good. All is well in the world. Yes, may have taken me out of frame a couple of times. But I only have 1 Ruko to my name, and we're not in the lock lab. So I will attempt to pick it again, but I'm finding that picking live while having a live tutorial while I'm doing it, I've had a lot of success with that. Picking by myself, not so much success. Look at these tiny little. Look how little. Can you even see that? Like, come on screen. Focus on the little thing. You don't want to, then don't. The thing's tiny. And that's the longest one. You've even got smaller ones, like that third pin. Look at the length of that. That's a mini gin.
The baby right there.
And they're all very tiny. No wonder they acted really weird. And they look worn too. Like, because this is an old one, right? It's a second-hand old one. So the pins look a bit rounded off. They don't look sharp like other gins I've seen. They look a little rounded. Wow. And so that last pin, yeah, it's a big taper on that. That's a big bevel.
Yep, certainly is.
Camera's not
Standard
showing
acid
up.
tapered.
Yeah, so that's an acetated. Oh, okay. All right. So now the excitement comes when you try and put the thing back together and replicate the picking. Can we replicate it? Oh, let's try. We'll pop all these back in first. So down the line.
Beautiful. This is perfect timing because I got to close down the live stream in about 10 or 15 minutes so that I can go to my sister's birthday party. So
Yep.
we have perfect timing.
Awesome. So I've got to remember that these little beasties have got to face up the other way. We've got to go down because I've got to get stuck in that down one.
Real quick, Ladylocks wants you to pull up the core and flick that counter milling, the top of the sleeve, so that they can see in the video that there is definitely a sleeve on there with a void beneath it.
Oh, yep, good idea. Yeah, I haven't been watching the chat. We were a bit too focused on the root, eh? Okay, I shall give it a little flick. I've got myself in a tangle with a follower here that doesn't quite fit. Let's pop it out there and let's give this a little bit of a flickaroo. So, here we go. Can we see what we're doing? No? And the sleeve is on. And then...
Definitely an interesting mechanism, the way they put that.
Yeah, the way they come up with, how to create a security feature without modifying the lock too much. Wow, these little things, they're not easy to put back, are they? They're just... Oh, no, you're in. Uh-oh, stuck. Here we go. Okay, they're in. Bottom pin's in. These are super long key pins, and the key pins have also got a bevel on them.
Oh yeah, yeah. The key pins are tapered at the top as well.
They've been tapered and then smoothly rounded off.
Yeah, there's tapers at the top are nice little overset traps, and it gets even worse whenever you get up to the 700 that has the torpedo pins in it.
Yeah. Okay, don't forget to shim it because there's a massive hole at the back of this core. But you will trap everything in that channel there. You don't want to do that. That would be a gushing disaster and a bad day, and you spend the next 2 hours of your life trying to recover your life. And I'm not exaggerating when I say it can take 2 hours to recover something like that. Right, we're in. Take that out. Okay, turn it locked so we don't pull the core out accidentally. Put this thing back on. Oh, put this thing back on. It's tangled. Gonna need some pliers. Not sharpie there. We'll see how it goes.
And then you just squeeze that baby back shut with a pair of pliers.
Yep. It's so tough. And it really wants to bite into that channel at the back. Oh, get it. Just like I bought one. And let's move the functions. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
Outstanding. Wow. Congratulations.
Oh. How is that? Left and right side. But I could see it's a sleeve. It's going to have a left and right side. We shall see. I'm going to have to do it again, aren't I? Because I'm going to need to know that I can repeat this. That I can pick it again. And what? See, the thing is, you gotta, when you do something like this, the tools you use are most important because they're the tools that worked for the first time. That combination of tools, that combination of tension wrenches with that pick, it worked. What do I do with them? That. I've moved it. We've done it. You want to take us off the screen and we'll sign off?
Beautiful. So, that was exciting. Anyway, gotta get out of here in a second to go to my sister's birthday party. Anybody have anything they want to say before we wrap up here?
I'm excited.
Doesn't sound like it.
I'm so excited.
I'm excited for you. That first time that you open something, open that cursed lock for the very first time.
Oh. And on a live too, when we never get anything open. And it's thanks to Jeff, because Jeff was my inspiration. He got the duo for, mate, you've got your first purple off. I've got to get mine. It's like, but thanks to you, talking me through it, I have success. And I'm extremely happy that that has occurred. But I am ecstatic. I just want to pick it again now.
Yep. Now now you're going to try and pick it every day. There'd probably be weeks that would go by you would never touch that lock. Now you're going to try and pick it every day.
Yeah. And
all right, Bumpy, how you doing over there, buddy? How's Mr. Bumpy doing? Everything good over there?
Yep. Can you hear me now?
Yep,
how's
certainly
your pick
can.
going? How's your new
Sorry.
pick?
I had my mic muted. So yeah, I had my own little disaster here. It's I went to progress the ASA here, and I forgot to remove the springs on the pins I removed.
Oh
Oh, how bad's that? Is that a recoverable
Uh,
thing?
Yeah, I had to remove the brass cap on this, which was very tight on it. But got that off, got the springs out, and got it recovered nicely, I think.
Yep. I had to do a very similar thing to mine at that exact same one because whenever they put it together at the factory, they had pinched the top of the springs in chambers 5 and 6. So when I went to take them out, they wouldn't come out. So I had to pull the plate off the top to untrap them and then put it back in, and then everything's been fine since then. I did bend the cap kind of into, I gave it a little bow to it. That way, when I slid it in, it would be, snug again.
Yeah, I think I got that in. I had to take a screwdriver and hammer it out because it just was in there extremely tight. But it's in there again now, so hopefully I won't make that mistake again.
Yeah, you only sort of
I'm
make
gonna
the
be honest with
mistakes
you.
once.
Yeah, I've made that mistake a few times myself. So
They're the mistakes that I'm watching other people make, and I'm glad that they do publish them and we do show them online because it then helps others to try and avoid that same mistake trap or know how to recover when it does happen to us.
Oh yeah.
all right, so I am going to shut her down here. Everybody have a wonderful rest of your evening. Thanks for coming, P-Dubs. Congratulations on your first open of the Ruco.
Thank you very much for having me.
The historic moment when you get that first open on the cursed block.
Yeah, especially if it's a purple. Yeah, woo.
Yep, congratulations, and thanks for coming as well, Bumpy. I appreciate it.
No problem.
All right, everybody in the chat.
Soon.
Yep, let's say goodbye to the peeps in the chat. Lady Locks, thanks for coming. Thanks for the advice and the invite for tomorrow to work on my ASA barrels. I will definitely take you up on it, and I will hit you up on Discord tomorrow to coordinate times and everything. Jeff and Things, thanks for coming. You're always a great supporter of the channel. Greyhound, thanks for coming as well. Appreciate it. Nola, one of my mods who's always here keeping an eye on things. Samu Sushi, thanks for coming, man. Not sure if Still Kicking still here, but not too. Thanks for coming, man. If there's anybody that I missed, thank you for coming as well. I appreciate it. There's probably some lurkers back there. Anyway, time to go to a birthday party and have some pizza and cake. Everybody have a wonderful evening, and I will catch you here next Wednesday, 4 p.m. Peace.
Later all.
Catch you later.
Bye-bye.